Alright, now we gotta link it to our rocket. So let's just see. Project rocket downlink. I have to go back. Ooh. Open UI. Alright. Oh boy. This is a lot of information. Hello everyone. I'm Level36 and welcome back to Stationeers. Let's take a moment to appreciate the beautiful sunrise here on Mars. Well, today, what have we got in store? Well, we are working on, just grab some water for up here, continuing building our rocket so we can mine ice automatically without any interaction of a potato. So, I'm gonna be honest, this will be my second take at this. So, I tried recording this episode a little earlier, and my entire system blue screened in the middle of the recording. So I do kind of have a bit of an idea of what I'm doing, but at least it'll allow us to go a little faster through this. So kind of a review of what we did with our rocket and what we still need to do. Airlock cycling. So last time we had built the basics of a scanning rocket. Now I thought, you know, it'd be easier just to build a scanning rocket, make sure it works, and then we can build a mining rocket separately. But upon looking at some more online information and kind of just thinking about it, I think one rocket that does it all is going to make the most sense. I have more bolts than I need. No, I just have those switched. Whoops. So we are going to be adding a rocket miner onto our rocket, along with some cargo storage, which hopefully I remembered to make. I may not have. That's less than ideal. Whoops. Already scuffed off the start. It's just the way it goes. Oh, man. Yeah, I did not make. Let's just do that real quick. As much of a pain it is to wait for this thing to cycle again, but it gives me a chance to explain. So, there's a couple of bits and bobs that we need to do. We need to add another battery. I think I made that at the very least. It's hard to remember because I did make all of this stuff once for the run that definitely got the scuffed run where we had the system crash. So trying to remember what all I made and what I need to make again was a little difficult between episodes. Looks like I've got my data links, computer, motherboard, drill head, miner. I did not make the other cargo or battery. Whoops. Well, at least we checked. So we need to add some more fuel capacity to the rocket so it has a larger range, because I'm pretty sure just the one tank is not going to be enough. Some more batteries so it can last a little longer. Hopefully just the 2 rocket batteries is enough. A cargo pod to store the ice as it's mined. A rocket miner. And then the various umbilicals to onload and offload all of the stuff that we need, power, fuel, and ore, ultimately. And then the, it's porked. And then we just need to finish wiring it up and set it on its maiden voyage once we get all of the ground control systems set up. So, rock cargo storage, I believe we only need 2 of these. Just like put it over here like a big bad. Did I? Nope, it doesn't appear that I did. Yeah, nope. Cool. Well, take a couple things real quick. I did do some improvements to the interior. I went through and fixed the paint scheme on all of the pipes for the atmospheric system, so I removed all the various bits. Well, I had done that earlier, but I went through and finally repainted everything. I use brown now as my mixed gas / unknown, like unusable gas. I finally painted that atmospheric module yellow to match the pollutants. And I used purple for my breathing gas. So this is all nice and pretty. I added some gas lines and a cargo line to go out to the rocket pad, so you get that all plumbed in. Just generally did some cleanup of that stuff down here. That paint scheme follows, all the way downstairs, all the way upstairs. Got anything to shred. Let's see. Those are done. Now we just need our battery. 2 of those as well. Could have plenty of cable coils to wire everything up. And made some transformers to wire up the landing pad correctly. So hopefully we're able to get this thing in the sky today. Power's doing okay enough. Guess we'll fill up on water again while we're waiting for that to make. Even though it's pretty much done. Also, while we're up here, we can fix one other thing. So, one of my wonderful commenters pointed out that this first plant was not being harvested by our script that I downloaded. And the reason for that, we go into the script editor, is because the stack start says right here in the comment, station above the first plant tray -1. I have it set to 2 currently. We look at our first plant tray and look up, it's station 2. I forgot to read the comments. This is supposed to be 1. Now, let me stick this in there. It should actually harvest that first cell. So, whoops, my bad. Read the comments on the code that you're using. Lesson learned. Oh, I added a shelf, so we can store all our extra seeds. All of these are doing well. It's all happy. We'll be able to make our 1 year on Mars cake, which is my main objective of this series. Automate everything and make a 1 year on Mars cake. Batteries. Alright. I forgot to get water while I was... Let's just do downstairs water. I need to get a water bottle on the main floor. Yeah, so we're actually getting pretty close to that goal, though. Both in time. We've been on Mars for 346 days. We're getting pretty close to that 365. I know that's... I guess not technically a... No. It's been 365 days of the sun rising and setting on Mars. So I think that still counts as a year. I don't care. I'm going to say it counts as a year because that's what we're used to. And, you know, as far as, so the rocket will be the last automation task, really, as far as I know. I don't think there's anything else to really automate in the game. We've got automated ores with our deep miners. Certainly we could expand that and make more, but I have not had to go mining since I installed that, so I don't feel like I really need more capacity over there. The rocket will take care of automated ice mining so that it can go out and make all of the ice it needs. We have automated production using our wonderful assemblers with the auto ingot request system. I guess we don't restock our ingots automatically. We still have to go over to the furnace and tell it what we want to make, but we don't have to carry anything around. We sort all of our inventories automatically. We have automated plant growing. Yeah, I almost think at this point there's just some cleanup tasks to do where we just need to go through and clean a few things, and then we'll be pretty good. Alright, let's start off by installing our battery. So we only installed one battery originally. I did notice that there is a connection on the side for the data. So we are, in fact, going to uninstall our current battery so that we can reinstall it. Oops. Oh, that's regular coil. With the cable facing the appropriate direction. And we may also reinstall this transformer with its cable facing the appropriate direction. So power is coming from above, so we need to rotate this around. Like that. Now that. Oh, and let's grab our other one. Hopefully not everything has to be actually hooked up to a network for a rocket to work. If it does, that'll be unfortunate. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. Fill in these two. And then I think we just need electronics parts to finish this off, which we didn't bring with us. That's okay. Let's just... So, redo you real quick, my friend. Power from the bottom to the top. There we go. You're going to be set for like 2,500 watts, because I have no clue how much you actually need. Now let's fix the wiring real quick. Thinking about it now, we could have 100% used light cable coils, because this has a max output of 5,000 watts, so there was no chance of burning up a cable. However, I didn't do that, so whatever, it's fine. We also need to hook up our avionics to power. And we need our data link. I think I brought, yep. The data link will allow the rocket to talk to ground. There we go. Oh, one more. So now we also are going to put in our chute umbilical. So right now we have our gas umbilical there, our power umbilical down below it. And we need to be able to onload and offload our mined ores. So, or not onload, offload our mined ores. So we are going to install this right here so that it can dump all of the ores that we mine out into our rocket, our support tower, and I guess not ore, but ice in our case, into the support tower, and that will be good. We need to tear out our scanner just because we are going to move it. It is in the way. So, cargo. Now, we could use a single small cargo bin, but it's small and sad. So we're going to use the big one. Now, originally I made the mistake of installing this with the wires facing a direction we couldn't wire it in, which I'm assuming would not work. So we're going to think about that a little bit in advance and install it so that we can run wires to it. Which is in this position right here. Now we are also running out of space in our rocket. So it'll expand the rocket. Need to tear you apart and drill. Oh, it counts that as an internal component. That's right. We'll reinstall our fuselage. This will now be our nose cone. Let's grab our cargo again and replace that. It is a little bit annoying how rotation kind of doesn't work super well until you like pull it outside of the rocket itself, but it's alright. Then, so the next thing is we'll have to route. So here, this is pretty easy. Output into that. Input into there. If we grab our rocket miner, we are just going to position it like this with its power node right there. And then our rocket scanner can go adjacent. Do we want to put it adjacent to it? Which side? I think this side, because we're going to want to optimize for the most fuel space possible. Stick out. Luckily, the data link or the scanner doesn't have to be up as high because it just needs a data connection. Put it there. Now it won't stick out. Yay! Steel sheets. Welder. That rocket scanner. We need electronics parts for that guy, but we'll just stick the scanner head in there. Construct the medium storage. Is there anything else I can finish without going back yet? No. Alright. Let's grab the rest of the parts. Our jetpack's fuel's feeling alright right now. So let's see. We need, that's our ground support equipment. Here, we're going to need the rest of our umbilicals for the ground-based connection. Bunch of electronics parts. I don't remember if we put one of these in, but we'll take a look to make sure. Some transformers. And some more cable coils. We'll deal with our gas banks here in a second, but that should be... Oh, wait. No, I'm not going to bring quite as much coil just yet, because I'm going to take the fuel tanks. And... Oh, that's what I forgot. We'll install this stuff and then we'll do the fuel. So I wanted to print out a bunch of pipe utility gas kits so that we could use the inline tanks as well, because I don't think We're not able to fit another medium tank like this, but we can fit a whole bunch of these small tanks. But let's actually just put those chute lines in so we don't run into any issues. Let's be in. So we can see a bit better. I waited until sunrise to start this project. It still just gets dark so quickly here on Mars. Okay, so that's the output hooked up. The input's just as simple as a straight. And then cabling. Let's first turn everything. Oh, we need to build that. Turn everything on so you can block these. Screwdriver and stuff. I can get to those switches. I'll have to put in the umbilical here, but let's see what else do we need. Steel sheets, cable coil. Parts. That one's done. Sheets and a welder. Alright, so we did have a celestial tracker already. Alright, so that is all of that hooked up, wired in, and good. Let's do the last bit of wiring, like I was saying before. Alright, that is rocket wired. I'm pretty sure. I don't think anything else needs plugged in. Hopefully. Put our drill head in there. We can do our ground connections. So our various umbilicals. One. Or it's the bottom one. Then gas. Yeah. Alright, let's go build some utility kits and then do the last bit of the fuel routing. And then we should be good to start charging up our rocket. Celestial tracker. Components for now, although I think we'll need a few more later. These for now, we'll need some to like do the ground connection, but that's alright. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. Flashlight up. Getting in. So the last couple things I think we may need to do here on Mars is finish up the last bits of some projects, like plumbing in my shower, setting up maybe water recycling, although with infinite ice it may not really be necessary to do that. Auto cycle the air upstairs so that the plants don't oxygen saturate that environment, use all the CO2. What else is there? What other projects kind of got left? Mostly done. Oh, probably build a walkway out to the solar farm and pressurize that. We could build a pressurized landing pad for the trade setup, although I don't know that that's really worth the time. Build like, I think we have enough pipes already. 20 out here. Let's see. Not upset, just in case. But really. Got all the ground support stuff made up already. Turn off our extra assemblers to save us energy. Way out of time. Frozen. Dang it. Well, be quick. Just a little bit of iron, and then we'll be ready to go. Plenty. Doesn't really get much more automatic than this. I guess the only thing would be is if it uses 50 of a resource, it would send another 50, but let's see. I don't know that there's a great way of tracking the contents of a vending machine. Kind of done some theory crafting about how to do it, and oh, that's that thing slowing down. God, that noise is terrible. I don't know that there's a super great way to track that using an IC10 circuit. I think there might be, but I don't know if it's worth it necessarily.
Waste tank caution.
So empty that out over here as well. I am super excited for the new terrain update to come out, hopefully soon. I do think once we finish up the last few things and hit a year on the station here, we'll do some like wrap-up episodes maybe, and then it'll probably be the end of this series until the next update comes out. I do think I'm going to go with Vulcan for my next planet, because it is going to be a different challenge. It's not quite Venus. It's not as challenging as that. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that yet. The big challenge with Vulcan is the temperature and the fact that there's no naturally occurring ice. So all of the stuff that you do, you have to for like growing geez, why can't I talk? To grow things, to do all of that, you have to refine the gases either from the environment, because there is a high pressure gas environment there, or you have to Oops. Thanks. I think we have everything we need. Yep. I should have gotten water while I was in there. Dang, damn it. Seeing these roll around is fun. Ooh. So you have to either, so like water is a good example. To refine water on a Vulcan, you can't just mine water ice. You have to extract oxygen and hydrogen from either the environment or from growing plants and having them output oxygen. Burn it in an H2 burner, and then that gets you your water. As you can imagine, is kind of a bit of a process. Bring the valves to just in case, but actually no, so that's going to be external. I do want the ability to pump down the rocket if I need to. You have to remember this will be a sealed system once we close it all up, so we don't want to have it easily explodable. So first of all, we want to maximize the usage of plumbing in this, counter to what I normally do, which is like least amount of pipe work possible. In a rocket, we want the most space to be full of, ideally, fuel tanks. So we're going to use these inline tanks to supplement our fuel capacity. That one right there. On the way out of the umbilical, we'll put the 1x1 inline tank. Put 1x1 tank as well. Why not? Got some spare space over here, so might as well use it. Be the best things. We do also have these fuel tanks, which are 1x1s that, or 2x1s that can be put in sideways. Well, it's not the maximum usage. I think that's alright. I don't want to go back inside at this point, because we could fill up a lot of the rocket with gas tanks. And maybe I should eventually. I guess I could have actually put in a lot more gas. We do have all of this space. It kind of makes me think I did something wrong, because I did not have this much space when I did this before, but I guess I positioned the cargo a little bit better this time. Tempting. I can do like 2 more layers here. I think we will. Then we'll just put these up top. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Is there anywhere else I can pack one more? And those will stick out. That'll look a little weird, but honestly, probably. No, I think that's fine. We will leave it there. We'll grab some more inline. Ooh, spooky. Disappeared. Inline tanks and some water. It feels real silly if this doesn't work. I've never done this before, so your guess is as good as mine. Before I could launch the rocket, my game crashed last time, so we shall see.
Hydration critical.
It's time to come in anyway and get some water and food. Come on, airlock, you can do it. I don't really know what I could do to make this run faster. I have a back pressure tank. I guess the last resort is literally just make that the big vent, but then I need to redo a bunch of cabling, which I don't really want to do, so yeah, I don't know. Fast enough for my needs. Go. 10 of these, please. Just to be sure. Add some water. Food, let's check this. Yep, this was finally harvested properly, so that's good. Glad we made that update. These are all pretty happy. Ooh, tomatoes. Very cool. Be almost done. Got a few more to go. I think this one's broken. I think I just stopped it at the end of the track for some reason at one point, and I never got to reset it. And it's fine. It's working fine. There's some pressure in the vent line. This isn't the vent line. I must have popped the valve by accident. Weird. One of the things I did want to look at, so volatiles and oxygen. They go into our Stationepedia. They don't just have an entry for like mixed fuel. So let's look at volatiles. Volatiles are a gas up until it's like Celsius. At any temperature, they will be a gas. At any pressure, they will be gas at negative 82 and above. The oxygen should be way better than that. Yeah, this is like negative 115. So we shouldn't have to worry about condensation, hopefully, even if we crank the pressure way up. But we will want to keep it as cold, like ideally around negative something, to get more density, because the lower we reduce the, up until it becomes a liquid, but the lower we reduce the temperature of the gas, the more dense it will get. So we may want to actually use one of our spare atmospherics kits, because we made like way more than we needed, and I think we have one out here, to build a little AC loop out there for our fuel mixture to drag its temperature way down and hopefully increase the density to get even more fuel packed into that rocket. Ideally, if we were doing this maybe a little bit better, we would use a liquid-fueled rocket that would maximize that density. So much faster on the output. Moon gravity for a second. I wonder if they will have fixed the, gravity issues. Well, we've certainly got some fuel storage. Hopefully not too much. Hopefully we don't, overweight the rocket. That is something we need to think about, too, is how much mass we can actually lift. Because I hadn't thought about that, but... I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Alright, now we even have more reading points on our total fuel system. So, let's start setting up our ground support stuff and see if this all works. First and foremost, power. So originally I was just going to use this one dingy little 5,000 watt transformer. Then I realized that there are batteries on that rocket that will pull in as much power as you give them. So if you run anything else off that circuit without a restriction before that system, well, it's just not going to work. So instead, we are going to use a medium transformer. Just put in the floor there. Actually, we'll move it up one, because we're going to need and 2 transformers. Be my transformer back. Now we need our wire cutters. Alright. So from these, we're going to set this to about 7,500 watts, I think. Should be fine. These guys will pull. So this one will be our control system transformer, 2,500. This one will be our charging system transformer. We're actually going to set to 2,500 now because I don't want to absolutely tank my batteries. We will need control system to be wired in to these all. and we also need a separate line for that charging network. Double the cable. Why I made so much. They are going to be lazy and just run it straight across the gap, though. So I do not have the will to do it the other way. Follow the network or the foundations, and I might add more foundations later, so that is just what it's going to be. Top one is the control systems right now. Maybe our top transformer will be our control system transformer. This around. This one we're not going to put anything else on. This is just solely to charge the rocket's batteries. Now we need some more cable. Oh, that's useful. One. There we go. At least I made another 50. Probably going to need more, though, just to wire everything else up. And yes, I know I could use light cable coil for most of this at this point. Those transformers top out at 1,000 watts, or not 1,000, at 5,000 watts, which is more than enough for a light cable coil would be able to handle. But just in case we do end up needing to upgrade these transformers to larger transformers, I wanted to, give it an option to be heavy cable, because I don't know how much power this is going to take, and that's just me justifying using more expensive cable because I wanted to. Alright, flip the power on. Extend that, and everything is on. So now those batteries are charging. The transformer in the rocket is on. So extend these. See, well, all but the gas umbilical is probably complaining because there's no pipe connection. Right. Well, hopefully that's what that means and nothing else, because well, then we'll have to do some renovations. So our celestial tracker, we're going to track Mars, I think. That's where we are. Our avionics. Alright, seems to be coming to life. So we need to set up our ground station now. So last couple systems will be fuel and data, and then obviously cargo as well. But let's do data first, then we'll do fuel. I'll probably pause by let some gas mix. Or actually, no, we'll do fuel first because of that. Fuel shouldn't be too hard as long as I don't overcomplicate this one, and it needs to be. Turbo pump and valves. So out from our atmospherics room, bring our oxygen. I think these are already pressurized. And our volatiles. So much pipe just laying around. We make this less stuff I have to make in advance. Alright. Gas mixer. We're gonna put... I don't want to set up like another wall to do this stuff on. Do I take more time for PD, or do I just send it on the floor? We're going to put more walls up, because I do want to actually have like the rocket control area pressurized and part of the base. So let's make it pretty. So flat walls. Do I not have just regular walls? There we go. And the these. Alright. Now we can stick this up on the wall. Go. Some more tubes. Outdoors on Mars is pretty cold. At night it's -46, so we might be able to actually take advantage of that a little bit to decrease the amount of cooling that we need to do. But for now, we're going to run hot gas, because I kind of just want to get this started. I'm excited. I want to see this all work. Some more pipes. So we need a... Let's take a look at our rocket engine. Pumped gas engine. It would like 2-to-1 mix of volatiles to oxygen. Never painted that yellow. Whoops. And we just so happen to have our colors for volatiles, oxygen. And all the pipes are already orange, which is the color I'm using for fuel. Even though that one's pollutants, but oops. So our oxygen is that color. Volatile, so that color. Got that all good to go. We can set our ratio. So 2 to 1 volatiles to oxygen. So input 2, we need 33.3. I think so. It should be 66. Yeah, that should be right. Because it's for every 2 units of volatiles, we get 1 unit of oxygen, which should be a 2 to 1 ratio. Yeah. That off so I'm not annoying everyone with the labeler noises. Now, if we grab our tablet, we've got nothing in our pipe network because I forgot to turn those levers on. Oops. While we're doing this, though, we will also set up our gas delivery. So we are going to want pumped gas delivery in case we want to send it. And this pressure gas delivery in case we have enough pressure in the network and we don't need to send it. Inventory a little bit. Bypass valve. And come over here. Yeah, it's just it. We needed a pipe. Then that. Yep, it's connected. Let's run. They turn that on. I don't want to have this like start to go before I. Got some pressure regulators. We'll want that in a second. We've got plenty more plumbing. So let's head inside. Yeah, this episode's running a little long. I don't know we're gonna get this thing launched today. We might finish off the prep and maybe I'll end it on a cliffhanger so you can come back next week to watch me blow myself up again. Although, not actually, I didn't blow up last time. Airlock. Maybe I will update that. This is really slow. Is there anything else I need to make while I'm in here? Probably need more sheets to attach it in the final version. Any radiators? Yeah, we do. So we can set up the cooling circuit in case we really want to. Bring a tank of nitrogen in that case, just to charge that. Let's make another one of you. So I think that this takes 2, right? Nope. Okay. Fine. That then. Just drop some of this stuff out here. Spray paint. Yeah, turn those on. Now, gas should be flowing out there. Got stuck on that. I was like, what did I just get stuck on? Just for sanity's sake, because it's gonna bug me if I don't go do this. There we go. Let's see. Are you actually at 0 kPa, or are you just saying you're at 0 kPa? You are at 0. Much. Ooh. Not much. Nitrogen. Also top off my jetpack while we're here, because it's a little low. Just going to just take more
Jetpack
nitrogen.
critical.
Alright, let's go carry on. Doot, 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 doot. Atmospherics, pipe radiators. Insulated pipes, some non-insulated pipes. Go. Right. Let's start mixing the gas. We can see here our gas is at a pressure of 100. It's building because we're mixing it, but it's 60-30 mix, volatiles to oxygen, which should be correct, hopefully. Volatiles to oxygen. Okay. Just needed to make sure there. Let's put in our air con here. I forgot this stuff needs things to build it. What else do you need? Cable coils. We've got those. Go. What do you go down to? Let's try -50. It's necessary? Probably not. I kind of just want to do it. Also wire in the power to the pump. Go. So this is going to be our waste pipe. Send it down. We might have to excavate a little bit here. Sorry. Insulated pipe is going to that. And it's finished plumbing in launch tower. It's closed, so we're not going to get anything carrying through yet. Let's just that real quick. Radiators on here, and charge it up with some nitrogen. Now, if we give it a start, it's going to be not super efficient. It start to bring the temperature down in here. What's concerning is our pressure seems to have stopped building. Makes me think I might have to pump the gas through. I didn't think I had to. It's still going up, slowly but surely. Well, let's work on the computer side of this while we let this run. Temperature is slowly going down. Let's see how our exhaust gas is doing. Plenty of temperature in there. All right, let's work on the computer side of this so we can get that all hooked up and get our launch control panel ready to go. We need computer, console, data link, and probably some electronics bits. Let's grab some steel frames as well. This will be fine for now. Let's put our computer right here in the... There's no way of centering this. That's slightly annoying, even if we use the old one. We'll still put it right here. Screwdriver to finish it off. Back that open. Okay, rocket control motherboard in and wire it up. Oops. Let's see. What do you see? No rockets connected. Okay. That's kind of what I expected. So we need to put in the data link, which is a big old tower. So that's why I grabbed some extra steel frames. So we're going to put it off to the side. The base real quick, just for completeness sake. What do you want? Cable coils. Electronics parts, not cable coils. Electronics parts. Steel sheets. And a welder. Right. Now we just need to wire it. Hopefully we have just enough. Alright, now we gotta link it to our rocket. So let's just see. On the rocket downlink. I have to go back. Ooh. Open UI. Alright. Oh boy. This is a lot of information. Uh, so it's out of fuel and it's depleted its batteries. Um, hmm. There's a lot of things in here. Well, let's check on our fuel. Maybe if it's kind of chilled out a little bit, we can start gassing up our rocket. I'm not expecting this thing to be able to like drag the temperature down too much. Yeah, temperature differential efficiency is garbage. If we really were serious about this, we'd use like a bigger evaporative cooling system or something, or not evaporative, like phase change cooling system. But let's send it some gas. Oh, it's not connected. How do I connect to you? Okay, pressure's going up. Let's see what the UI says now. Eldon. I don't want to star those things. They show up at the top. moderate landing confidence. What? I am significantly more nervous about this now. Let's clear our log. All right, so so that's the landing burn. So the higher we set it, I guess the more fuel it'll require, but the more confident it'll be in the landing. So that's like highs. High is good enough, I think. That's like 75%. Our pressure is 1 megapascal right now. Let's just take advantage of our pumped system here. I make this a little faster too. Oh boy. Well, we should probably also like seal it up. Don't see anything else that needs flipped on. Got plenty of gas tanks. See if we can't manage to blow this thing up. Hopefully not. I guess it still works with the bearings all closed up. You kind of wish there was a ready to go button. Don't think we want to turn that on until we're like actually ready to go. Three megapascals. Let's see. If we go to the map, Mars orbit, set destination, location info. Give us any more info here. Okay. How much fuel we need? Might be nice.
User caution.
Well, I guess we will continue to let this thing fill up with fuel. I don't know what a reasonable amount of fuel is. Pretty low. But perhaps next time we will launch this thing. And if it bursts into flames, well, then we knew we did it wrong. I'm honestly not sure what I'm doing still. Batteries are kind of slow charging. Let's up this wattage a bit. There we go. Hopefully they have enough power as well. Oh, so the heavier it is, the further up we'll have to burn to get high confidence of landing. Interesting. Okay, we've got a lot of gas. No. So why are batteries like not charging past 87? Not to 87. It's like done. Blow up a wire or something. Oh no, it's just very slowly charging up from 87. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. This has already been a long episode, but we have a... Ah! Nope, wrong button. There we go. We have a rocket almost ready to launch. Hopefully next time we can figure out how to actually hit the big button to make it go. But I'll catch you next week when we can see how this goes. But I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And please be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see me probably die next time. We've had a good run of it. 350 days. 15 days left till we were here for a year, and we had to go mess it up with launching a rocket. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited. So, see y'all next week. Thanks.